Well, who do the Ducks play? Okay, that's actually not a terrible game. Okay, are there any close games right now? Let me check real quick. Well, LSU Florida is almost halftime, so that's not good. Hold on, do I get it? SEC Network. Okay, it looks like I do. No, I haven't seen the interview. He's definitely not the GOAT safety. Come on. The length of his career alone makes that pretty much impossible. The GOAT safety might be Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott's got to be up there. Sorry, nah. No way he's the GOAT safety, and I think Earl's underrated by most people, believe me. But, nah. I guess you gotta be over the top optimistic about yourself if you're gonna have success in this world, though.
Let's go.
You know, I didn't mind that fight. I thought Tyson did about as good as he could, given that he's almost 60 years old. Yeah, he's not better than Ed Reed either. I don't think he's better than Ronnie Lott. I guess if you're in the top 5, it really doesn't take that much to push you up into the top 1, but nah, I would not agree with that.
Yep.
Yes.
You turn my stomach.
Some of the old timers will tell you that Kenny Easley was better than Earl, but I never felt like that was. I never felt like that was realistically possible.
Hang on. That sounds right.
It really does suck what happened at the end with Earl. He was my favorite player. And then it got to the point where it was like, okay, I don't know if I can say he's my favorite player anymore with all the stuff that's happened, but he was for quite some time.
All right.
All right. How's that? Amazing! Great moves back there.
You've no time for prayers. We'll win this.
Quick, everyone, go!
Now accept your fate. Some darker arts. Commendable bearing.
Come forth, royal soul. Flare! Just one left.
Now, what's the play? I call upon royal power within.
That's the last of them! The way's clear!
But yeah, Earl was the best safety in the league during his era. I don't even know who else you'd argue. Like, McCourty? Maybe McCourty, right? That's the only guy I can think of.
Got it.
Hey.
What?
Okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Earl only played for the Ravens for 1 year, and he was really, really good for them. And then he started acting stupid off the field. Like, why would they have anything against Earl?
Huh?
As a player. Maybe as a person, okay. But as a player.
Push through. I'm right here.
Our foes have fallen. We are safe for the time being.
Hold on. 1 second. Stop.
So,
All right.
what?
Oh, welcome.
Hello.
I think, yeah, I don't think there's any way Earl makes the Hall of Fame now, but as a player, he absolutely should, and it really does suck what happened.
Come on.
That was brilliant.
But at least it's something that it seems like he did to himself. It's not just bad. He's not a victim of circumstance.
Impressive.
So how you doing today?
Training
I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
This is a good one.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ed Reed had a ridiculously long career, too. He had great longevity.
They saw us! On your toes, everyone!
Well done.
Hey, Byron.
Spell swoop.
Oh, power of kings. Kill!
The power of healing.
It's no war of it.
Clear it!
You can't hide from me. You gotta break by the rules where you could gotta
Hold on.
so this out is free. When your friends say the boss,
Through here?
I shall vanquish evil.
but they fight.
Let's wrap this up.
Is everyone alright?
Always
Prevail.
Well, eventually we'll get players that you have more of an attachment to.
Ooh, not too shabby.
Give it time.
This up, everyone.
Commendable technique, everyone.
So, did you watch the fight last night, or did you just hear about it?
I just heard about it. I had no intention of watching that fight. Because, I may have. But for hours, all we heard from anybody was just that Netflix couldn't handle the strain. And you know what's
yeah.
even funnier? The reason that Netflix can't handle the strain is because they've been losing money and hemorrhaging subscribers for so many years that they had to downgrade their servers a number of times. So the reason that this was too much for them was because at no point in the last year has Netflix had more than 1 million people worldwide trying to watch at one time.
Wild.
Horrifying. Yeah.
Amazing. Great.
Their servers were just way overtaxed today, which is hysterical.
Captain's fighting his anxiety and they're targeting him.
Poison.
Captain's poisoned. We better cure that before the pain sets in.
Now accept your fate. Some darker arts.
It does seem like Netflix has a very poor
Be careful out there.
selection of things to watch compared to most other streaming services at this point.
We're not out of this yet.
Much thanks.
Trust me.
I owe you.
No.
What's the... I call upon royal power within. Hack and slash.
Strong.
I stand
Thank God
ready.
you have multiple ailments.
We're surrounded.
There's no way out of this. Dodge. Nice one, Captain.
What can I
Stroll's
do?
badly wounded. Can anyone heal him? Stroll can't take any more. Someone heal
That's-
him.
Giannis had an opportunity to nail a game winner because they were down by 1 point.
Right.
They had 14 seconds left to make something happen, and Giannis had a triple-double, like a really good triple-double too. He had an amazing game, but he bricked the game winner. Hornets win. That is really funny.
It happens. Although it needs to stop happening if that Bucks team actually wants to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're a playing team.
At this point, man, that's depressing.
So Titans going apeshit because LaMelo tripped, but the refs called it a foul. And that's actually how the Hornets won, is because those were the last points scored in the game was 2 free throws.
Yeah. Many such cases.
Yeah. They bailed him out because LaMelo was having an awful fucking game. Like, really, really bad. So, you know, just like you just said, many such cases. This shit happens every fucking day, man. God.
I remember the old days, they used to wait until to see if the shot went in or not to give Vince Carter free throws. And if he made the shot, they wouldn't give him free throws, but if he missed, they'd blow the whistle.
Yeah, those were fun. Oh, that's so much worse. Oh my god. When they called the foul on Giannis, he just posted the footage in the basketball chat if you wanted to watch it. But yeah, he does legit trip. And they say that he pushed him, but you can watch his fucking feet slam together and he just tripped.
Right.
But they're saying that Giannis pushed him. He doesn't even make contact. Like, and Giannis, when LaMelo's on the floor, he has this hilarious look on his face. He's like, what? Oh man, that is so funny. Yeah, I saw that tweet earlier today, and I definitely agree. Like, I think people need to be patient because where we're at now is awesome. We are winning, and we're winning with great urgency, great speed. You know, they just need to calm down and be a little patient. Because yes, it did take Joe Rogan 16 years to realize that Obama lies. But ignore that and realize that we're at the point where Joe Rogan realizes that Obama lies. The most fence-sitter of fence-sitters. That's where the Overton window has been pushed.
And to be clear,
And
he hasn't always been a fence sitter. He used to be a Democrat. He supports Medicare
Right.
for all, universal basic income.
Right. That the Overton window has been pushed this much to where we get people like him on our side is extraordinary. And I saw a post the other day that was really good. It's like the defining characteristic of normies is that they conform to social norms. Change the norms, you change the normies. But what's happening nationwide? Overton window being pushed to the right. The entire country is becoming more right-wing. The entire country is adopting more and more policies, law and order, no immigration, low taxes, low government spending. They're adopting all of the policies we've wanted for so long. The Overton window has never been more favorable to us than it is right now. We're winning all across the board in every possible way, on every issue, everything that we wanted. It's all right here in the palm of our hands, and people are mad that it took this long to do it. We're winning in ways we've never even dreamed of winning before. We're more back than was ever imagined possible, and they're gonna be mad if it took him 16 years to realize Obama lies. Bro, fuck you! He's at that point now! He's there! Take the win! You know? Remember in Breaking Bad when Mike was all like, learn to take yes for an answer? And it stuck with Walt so much that even he said it to Lydia later on?
Yeah.
What people need to realize now. Learn to take yes for an answer. We're winning. Why are you mad about the nature of our victory? It's not enough that we won? Come on.
I don't know if you ever saw this tweet, but you probably did. There's this one tweet that was like, Joe Rogan is basically the modern version of a barbarian who...
Yes. I saw that one many years ago.
Who takes an intellectual curiosity.
Right. And it was great because Rogan himself retweeted that and said, this is like the most accurate description of my show ever. But the thing is that as is mentioned in that story, Tiny Hat Man tell Joe something else. Does Tiny Hat Man lie or do you lie?
Fight is power. Is there another way?
We're right there.
No holding back.
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody.
Here's a great tweet from Captive Dreamer. He's the guy you may recognize as the guy whose profile pic is David Koresh with a MAGA hat.
Yeah, I think I know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been a great poster on Twitter. He's the guy who basically memed into existence because he was talking a great deal about on Twitter, which is where it went viral and got so many people talking about it. The Haitians eating people's pets in Ohio.
We have the edge. Let's take them all out.
So very influential account. But I love this post he has today. He says, now that the dust is settled, can we acknowledge how utterly insane it is that the vice president and the Democratic presidential nominee, she just straight up lied about working a job at McDonald's? And I'm like, yeah, that...
Who knew that was a thing to be envious of? Who knew that was a thing to be desired?
Commendable technique, everyone. Satisfactory.
Man.
What now?
That Oscar story was more real than what heard fucking Kamala having a job.
Act fast, and we'll win this.
This is our chance.
Oh, power of kings. Gale! Fall left.
They had no chance against
power.
Wednesday.
No.
It's no war on the day. For
Now, what's the play? They die hard.
Is that come? I'll run you through. 3 remaining.
You now accept your fate. Maelstrom! Keep your guard.
Much obliged. Flare.
Crap.
Here comes the counter.
Okay, well, it doesn't really hurt me that much.
Swordmaster! Let's wrap this up.
Observe the enemy. My quarry.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
So, apparently AOC changed her profile to say, it used to say representative, now it says congresswoman.
Yeah, I told you about that, I think, 2 nights ago.
I thought that was the thing about the pronouns getting taken out of the profile.
No, it was in addition to the pronouns. She did that too. People are focusing on the pronouns, but they completely missed. And that's what I was saying, is I'm all like, people can sit there and say, well, she's just reading the writing on the wall that pronouns are a losing issue, which is true. But she didn't just ditch the pronouns. She went so far as to start using gendered language again.
Right.
When they're in the middle of specifically trying not to use gendered language to the point where they'll sit there and to describe women, they'll say uterus having person or some retarded shit like that. And then she just says congresswoman, and it's like, yes! Because from there, the only further step that we need to go is to remove the "w" part, and then there are no women in politics anymore. It's only congressmen, and then we've won completely. But yeah, it's to see that it's really it's far more likely that it's not just her realizing it's an electorally losing issue, but that this represents genuine change in her outlook. Because you didn't need to go that far. You know, if the only thing you were trying to do is get rid of the pronouns because you think that it's a losing issue, which it is, then you could have just gotten rid of the pronouns. But to go as far as to go back to using gendered language, it's pretty big.
My mom was freaking out earlier today. She actually asked me, are Matt Gaetz and AOC going to get married? And I had to explain to her that
Yes.
AOC's married and pregnant. And apparently that's the one thing she doesn't like about Matt Gaetz, that he and AOC are friends. She's like, I don't understand why that is, but I don't like it. And what I would say to that is, in many cases, politicians don't actually have the enmity for each other that the politicians' fans feel like they do.
Right. And man, this is nuts. I did not realize this. Because initially I thought it was just her boyfriend, but she's actually pregnant and having the child in wedlock, which is even more conservative and traditional than initially thought. And I'm looking at an article right now. Now, her office says that she's not married.
Oh.
But her legal filings, including her tax returns, list her longtime boyfriend Riley Roberts as being her spouse. So it goes even further to show that she's hiding the pregnancy because she's worried about how it would look politically among her own party, and that the batshit insanity of people who vote for her party would demand that she get an abortion as a blood sacrifice for the party kind of bullshit. Because she's sitting there like, why on earth would she deny that she's married? Her office would deny that she's married, but she is.
There are still some foes around. Don't
What reason could there be for that?
Or maybe it's like when OnlyFans models don't like to admit they have a boyfriend. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, and, exactly. Because her husband is white. So she doesn't want to sit there and have that devastating blow to the ego of the people that vote for her party, where they have to sit there and be like, well, you know, AOC's husband is white, and she's pregnant with his white child. That's just devastating.
I'm going.
Also, really funny thing about the
Some dark
the weirdo New Zealand shit that happened
Yeah.
is while the hacker is from it's from their society, you know, it's like their traditional little war dance thing.
Yeah.
It had essentially been put aside and forgotten about for centuries. But the reason it re-entered into the public consciousness is because it was popularized by the New Zealand rugby team, which, as we know, was pretty much entirely white up until like 10 years ago,
You think yourself equal to it?
because it's New Zealand.
Kings.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But they repopularized it. It entered the public consciousness and became popular internationally because a white rugby team started doing that dance, saying it's part of the New Zealand culture, not along ethnic grounds, but part of the culture of that nation. So what's funny is that her doing that dance, and you know all the other brown people in attendance joining in,
Hack and slash.
is downstream of the white rugby team initially doing that dance, which is hysterical because they're co-opting.
Some darker arts.
They're not reclaiming their own culture, they're just co-opting what whites had already done. You fool! That's like that's the Giga Uno reverse card.
I will fight with pride.
The Pentagon has been unable to account for 60% of its 4.1 trillion in assets.
It's okay. We can do this. I will fight with pride. Clear it! Light!
Yes!
Now that's
I'm
finesse.
getting her to miss. Beautiful.
Right on target.
Come!
Nice one, Stroll.
I'll run you through!
Hulkenberg got them right in the weak spot. Are you kidding
Ah.
me? That didn't do a thing.
Let's go. Flare!
Still up?
Sword Master! I'll cut you down! Not done yet. My best wasn't
Get him
enough.
back on his feet.
Oh, power of heroes!
Hulkenberg got them right
Let
in
us
the
clean
weak
up
spot.
this mess. Tis best used. I live to see another
Have you
day.
seen the Vivek clip where he's talking about firing everybody at the who works in government whose social security number ends with an odd number?
That is really funny.
Yeah, motherfucker thinks he's Thanos.
Oh man, that's beautiful. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Especially because of the way social security numbers are handed out. It's actually not completely random.
Right.
The state that you're born in determines.
Also,
like, the
you
first
forgot
three
to attach
digits.
the GigaChat image.
Clear it!
Man, that's wild.
Are you prepared?
Eight point five 8.5 annual GDP growth predicted for Argentina.
It makes sense. You see, like what's happening in Argentina is that they've been devastated for so long with retarded socialist bullshit that while nothing is immediate, you know, like it's gonna take time to fix things. Millie or whatever, however you pronounce his last name, he's
Yeah.
been doing good work for enough time now that the inertia is getting to the point where it's like, here's a good analogy, I think. Who do you think is going to lose more weight faster? Somebody who is 160 pounds trying to drop down to 150, or someone who is 800 pounds trying to drop down to like 250?
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Well, obviously the guy who's 800 pounds is going to lose weight way faster because he's in a much worse state. So that improvement is going to come incredibly fast at an exponential rate. However, it's going to take way less time for the first person to be able to meet their goals than it will for him. Plus, you could never sit there and say that the guy who's 800 pounds is going to be healthier than the person that's 160 trying to get down to 150.
We have no choice.
Yes.
So I say all that to say that, if I was an investor, I don't know if I'd want to be heavily investing in the Argentinian economy. But I would definitely keep an eye on it because it's promising, There is potentially a bright future there.
It will not be a marathon, Austin. I have to go take care of dinner a little later, and I may watch a movie tonight, but I will probably stream again later tonight at some point. So it's not going to be an all day, but I will be back.
Yeah.
Come on! All right! Did it!
Impressive. Training has paid off.
That should come in handy. Pocket it. No problem.
One thing that I love about the Digimon dub
Mm-hmm.
is how all of the last names are still Japanese,
Right.
but they tried so hard to Americanize the first names that it's just incredibly jarring and hilarious
Yeah.
at every possible opportunity.
Yeah, they tried with that dub. I think it's respectable, but it's not everything that it should be.
Yeah.
What now?
They did the best they could. Respect.
On your guard. That was well done.
Let's push through.
I continue.
Come on, let's push through.
Great moves back there. Yep.
Your training has paid off.
I can feel the power coursing through me.
What now?
What if Elon buys Blue Sky? What if he just swoops in and offers like 3 times what it's worth and the owners have no choice?
That would be very funny.
Donald Trump being president is like a squirrel on a skateboard.
Come on!
Amazing!
Push through!
Back there.
Come on!
No, not really, Austin, because it highlights how little your voice matters as an individual when you look at how many people vote.
Impressive. Your training has paid off.
I knew you could do it.
You little.
Oh, come on.
On your guard.
So is 2025 going to have the greatest white boy summer of all time?
Yeah, because it's gonna last for like what, the next 15 fucking years, at least.
Victory is ours. And safety hard won.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
What now?
Back.
Something like that, Austin. I don't think he gets to 77, but he's going to get pretty close.
All right. How's that?
Feel greater power within.
Come on!
Impressive. Your training has paid off.
All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back.
What now? Let's push through.
Skill.
That was brilliant.
Come on.
I knew I could count on
All
you.
right. How's that?
Amazing! Great moves back there. Oh, they can't see us.
I knew I could count on you.
What now?
That was well done.
Yep.
Let's push through. Come on.
Yeah, nice work.
Let's push through. How's that?
Skill.
Come on.
That's all of them. We're safe for the time being.
They've noticed us.
Dad?
That was well done.
There they go.
I think she gets to 74, but I don't know exactly where the remaining vote's coming from, so... At this point, it doesn't really matter that much. Although some liberals have been coping today that I guess Trump is going to fall behind, fall below 50%. And they're trying to use that as some sort of, like, meaningful statement, which it's not.
Hey, come on.
Dad?
All right, we did it.
Impressive as ever.
I could do it. Hey, you found something.
Very nice.
What?
Oh! No, nothing. I was talking about something in the game. You know, I still cannot believe how many leftists are really going down with the ship that the economy is great right now and the 73% of people who say it's bad are just misinformed.
Exemplary.
When there's a much easier answer that is very obvious right in front of them.
Yeah.
Where it's the economy is only good for a small percentage of America, and most of America is not receiving whatever benefit should be there from the economy supposedly being good.
Right.
It's really
What's
not
even
that
more
hard.
is, I already know what's going to happen. You know, I got a really strong feeling about this. I was initially concerned that it was going to take time to unfuck the Biden economy and for things to get really good for us again.
Mhm.
But here's the thing, man. one of the major issues with the economy right now is just how expensive everything is. But foreign investors, before Trump has even taken office, they're already pumping a shitload of value into the U.S. economy, buying up as many dollars as they can, increasing the value of the United States dollar. And in addition to that, the Federal Reserve has lowered interest rates again,
We should be safe.
like a few days after the election, which was massive.
Mhm.
Because the concern there is that normally, while doing that is good for the economy in the short term, long term it's bad because it spikes inflation. But the inflation is immediately countered by foreign investment in the economy buying up all these dollars, meaning that the dollar does not lose value. And of course, when Trump takes office again, he's going to go crazy with domestic crude oil production, with fracking and everything else. So a major contributor to a large cost increase would be the cost of transportation. So gas prices come way the fuck down because suddenly there's oil coming out of our ass, like it's all over the fucking place. Plus interest rates are down, plus the value of the dollar is up. So it's not just going to be that prices are coming down because the dollar's worth more. Prices would be coming down naturally because it's not as expensive to produce. Plus the interest rates are lower. So they were already going to lower prices anyway, but then the dollar's more valuable on top of that. So it's just going to be an exponential growth. People are going to be shocked by how fast things get better. And when that happens, they're immediately going to say, oh, it's the Biden economy is finally kicking in. And I was like, this is why you dumbasses lose, you know?
Let's go. Light.
In the name of justice. It's over.
Well, I think states get stuck on 99, Austin, because technically they don't file their actual official vote counts until like the 26th. So I think they just always stick at 99 instead of 100 because there's an implication that, hey, a couple more stragglers might come in. We're not final yet. But for a vast majority of states, they are final.
I shall fight. Swordmaster! I'll cut you down!
Is everyone alright? With blade in hand! I will protect you!
Quite a move. Oh, power of kings. Some darker arts.
But I won't hold back. Light.
Are you prepared?
I come! At the point of a sword still standing, I see!
I see your game.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Now accept your fate. Mandible bearing.
The power of healing. It's okay. We can do this. Let's stay calm. I will fight with pride. Let's go. Flare!
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup coming. Let's keep moving. We made short work of them.
What now?
Mm.
All right. How's that? Struggling. What now?
Because a lot of people who voted in 2020 only even considered voting because of COVID. And those people will never vote again. You will never see them vote again in all likelihood. They only did it because of COVID, giving them nothing better to do.
Yep.
That's really all there is to say about that, I think, Austin. They sent ballots out to everybody in 2020. Unlikely we ever see that again.
Impressive.
Push through.
Amazing. Great moves back there.
All right. How's that? Skill.
Oh, Jake Paul's doing his victory lap, and he's trying to shit-talk Conor McGregor into doing a fight with him.
Mm-hmm.
But Conor McGregor told him years ago, I will only fight you if you come down to 170 in weight.
Everyone all right?
Which is impossible. That would be... He's like 223.
Jake Paul weighed in at 227 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's nearly 60 pounds that he'd have to drop. Because, like, he's massive compared to Conor. Conor's a small guy. And, like, fucking weight classes exist for a reason. So it's funny because Paul expected he was going to get a lot of people, you know, engaging with him when he's trying to shit-talk Conor. And is like, yeah, people are going to... they're going to hype this up to get Conor to fight. It's like, bro... After last night, everybody thinks that you're absolutely despicable. Your fans are abandoning you in droves. And he's getting ratioed like fuck. Because everyone just sits there and they're like, why don't you want to fight a guy that's within your age and weight class? Because the last time he did that was against Tommy Fury, who was really, really just meh, you know? And he hasn't even considered himself a professional boxer since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But Tommy Fury kicked the absolute shit out of him.
Didn't he box Nate Robinson?
Yeah, that was his first high-profile one. Nate Robinson, who is literally smaller than Conor McGregor.
And in hindsight, the fact that fight happened was kind of absurd.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how absurd it was at the time, but actually...
There are a lot of people now who are saying we know that Mike's old, but the fact that he didn't even throw any punches after the third round. They're just sitting there like, Mike didn't even have offense after the third round. It's all like, okay, well then... a lot of people now saying, oh, like, man, he's almost 60 years old and you still had to fucking pay him to take a dive.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he took a dive. I think he got tired. Like, he wasn't even using his legs well after the second round. He could barely move. It looked... every move he made looked awkward.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You know, people are saying online.
Let's keep moving.
So this is a massive PR backfire for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, look, he's making money out the ass, but he's really got to do a better job of picking his battles here. Because, for me, I think it'd be very simple. You know, he's losing fans. After this, there's no question he's the bad guy because people pity Mike and what happened. And they think that the Paul brothers are pieces of shit and that Jake Paul's just a bully.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I think the booking here would be very clear. Book a guy who's going to kick your ass and then just get your ass beat. And a lot of people are going to tune in to watch you get your ass beat. Then after that, do a rubber match, or a rematch rather, because it's not rubber yet. And, see what happens. Maybe you win, maybe you just get your ass kicked again. But hey, whatever. That's at least 2 fights with huge paydays because of how many people want to see you get your ass kicked.
And clearly, these people are very aware of the fact that you can still be successful as the villain as long as you're okay with that. Like,
Right.
they've shown that many times.
Right, just lean into it, man. Accept it.
Jake Paul versus Tyson Fury.
Oh, he'd get fucking killed.
Feel the power coursing through me.
Because Tommy Fury beat him.
Mm-hmm.
They saw us! On your toes, everyone!
Let's push through. Very impressive.
And that's Tyson Fury's half-brother. Tyson Fury is much bigger.
They'll need more than this.
And, oh my god.
I cannot move.
Let me check something here.
And they're targeting him! Is that all? Tyson paralyzed!
So, Jake Paul is 6'1", Tyson Fury is 6'9".
We got this!
Jake Paul in last night's fight weighed in at 227, Tyson Fury is 262. Not only that, but it's very important to say that while Tyson Fury is not actively the World Heavyweight Champion in boxing, he is a multi-time World Heavyweight Champion winner.
Be careful!
Mm-hmm.
What now?
Damn. Matter of fact, Tyson Fury's last fight was in May of this year, and he did lose, where he lost the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's unfortunate for him. But the fight right before that, he fought a guy named Francis Ngannou. And Francis Ngannou was, at the time, the UFC heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's considered one of the greatest UFC knockout heavyweights in the history of MMA. And he boxed Tyson Fury because people wanted to see that. Is the Clash of Titans. And Tyson Fury won on split decision. It went the distance, 10 rounds. But, fuck me. Actually, Tyson Fury's last fight, which was a loss by split decision, which was highly controversial, was his first loss ever. After beating Francis Ngannou, his record was 34 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw. That draw was highly controversial too. So, yeah, if Jake Paul fought Tyson Fury straight up, Tyson Fury would fucking murder him.
Mm-hmm.
He would kick the absolute shit out of him. That'd be a hell of a payday, though, because, again, people would be like, you're going to get your ass beat into the next fucking century, and people want to see that. All you need to do from there is just make it even worse on yourself and pay Tyson Fury not by the round, but if you get a KO win, then you get a bonus. It'll get fucking killed. But that's why it would never happen. It's smart booking, but at the same time, he's really doing himself a disservice. For long, people just, gonna say enough is enough.
Hack and slash.
Observe the with blade in hand. I will protect you.
Oh, Austin, it's 4. It's estimated to be 4 electoral votes California loses in the next census. In fact, there's now been a lot of talk today about how the last census was messed up and some things that should have happened by this cycle did not happen. Luckily, it ended up not affecting the presidential election, but it may affect how many House seats Republicans have. So, we really need to make sure we're in power in 2030 so that the census accurately reflects electoral count. Texas gains 4. California gains 4. I'm sorry. No, Texas and Florida each gain 4. California loses 4. New York loses 3. Pennsylvania loses 1. I think Wisconsin loses 1. Georgia gains 1. North Carolina gains 1. Something like that. There might be one state in the Northeast that gains 1, and maybe like Idaho gains 1. So the electoral map gets really hard for Democrats in 2030, assuming that those are the changes made. So 2028, there is a scenario where 2028 is the last presidential election they have a reasonable chance of winning because of the way the electoral map will shift in 2030.
Assassin! Some darker arts.
I won't hold back.
Where's their weakness?
Are you prepared?
Opening, Captain.
Gala! At the point of a sword, they yet cling to life.
Rancor! Apologies. Would you finish it? Too slow.
What a shame.
Dodge, you've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
By this power. Light! Still up?
I call upon royal power within.
I forgot I made that post.
Let's keep this up, everyone.
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Press on.
Not linking directly to my post because I want you to read the whole thread there because it's it's a joy, and I want it to be a surprise.
What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Thick, fragrant book. I hit him up with a reply too.
Yeah, I saw it. Question mark, question mark. Like, what is there to question, really? It's pretty straightforward.
Exactly. Another guy responded with tears. He was crying. I made him cry. You'd love to see it.
Yep.
And what an L from this guy. Response to JD Vance saying that, you know, the attacks against Pete Hesketh are It's complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This dumbass lib goes, I will give $5 to any standard evangelical over the age of 40 who can prove the Jerusalem cross was a normal symbol of their faith upbringing. 1 million views, 1.2 thousand comments, and yeah, he just got fucking obliterated.
Yeah.
This guy took one picture of a Bible that's been in his family for several decades, and when you know it, it's got the Jerusalem cross on the fucking Bible.
It's amazing how little they know about this stuff.
Exactly, and yet, anytime they want to argue with a Christian talking about why atheism is so intelligent and, oh my god, I'm so much smarter than these foolish Christians, they constantly have this air of believing that they're so fucking smart and that oh, I have so much access to this hidden secret knowledge that the rest of you don't know. I am so very smart. And then they end up saying shit like this. And it's like you're the living embodiment of the Dunning-Kruger, and yet you can't fucking see it.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's this... I think I've talked about her a little bit before, Jacqueline Glenn. She's like this atheist YouTube video maker of minor fame. Not any huge amount of fame, but minor fame. And she grew up Christian, but is now a militant atheist. And I remember her one time saying, like, Christians think that everything in the Bible is literal and actually happened, which I think very few Christians think that everything depicted in the Bible actually happened. There is evidence that some of it did.
Especially since the Bible includes the Old Testament, and the Old Testament is really the Old Testament is largely a lot of the Hebrew Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason it's important is because of the faith being derived from that. But if you read a Bible that was just New Testament only, in my view, you're fine. Because that's the part that actually matters. And it's that stuff where it's like, okay, you know, none of this beggars belief, because it's just, as long as you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and as long as you believe that he was resurrected after the crucifixion, nothing else that's in there actually strains the limits of your belief.
Right.
Because if you think about it logically, it's way easier to believe that a guy could touch someone and miraculously heal them of their blindness just by touching them than it is to believe that after 3 days after he died that he came back to life.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it would be much harder to do. But at the same time, if you believe he's the Son of God and that the resurrection happened, well then it's real fucking easy to believe that he cured the blind. Then you say, well, you know, not everything in the Bible was meant to be taken literally, man. It's all like, well, you know, that Old Testament stuff. Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's my view on it.
Yeah. Like, there is some scientific evidence that there was a great flood in, you know, a long time ago. Was it exactly 40 days and 40 nights? Was there an ark? We don't know that. We don't have evidence that there was an ark, you know?
But it's also extraordinary that as much as there's evidence that there was some great flood that occurred sometime in the past, many world religions throughout history have a great flood encompassing the entire planet as being part of their their origin. You know, it's a very important part of the story.
Right.
Things like that make it easier to believe.
Mm-hmm.
For me, not harder.
There is copious amounts of evidence that there really was a man named Jesus who lived about 2,000 years ago. Was he actually the Son of God? That we don't know. But he certainly existed.
Man.
And he did have...
Now that Trump has won And now that the next Easter, it's not going to be Trans Remembrance Day, but it's actually going to be Easter. It'd be so awesome if Trump decided, oh, hey, guys, by the way, last year the Shroud of Turin was proved as being completely legitimate. Here's all the here's all the shit. Everyone's like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Let's take it with us. Impressive as ever.
All right. How's that? Let's stash that somewhere safe.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
Hey, good one.
Oh man, you're gonna love this. Yeah, you're gonna love this post. Watch that video.
I did finish the DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, JS. Back when I played the game originally, yeah. Oh, that's pretty good.
That kid's gonna grow up to be even more based.
Yeah. Let's be real, though. Kids that age are not going to be able to really understand what they're supposed to understand from something like that.
Which is true, but the thing is that if he had access to both, it'd work in tandem perfectly. Minecraft would harness the power of his autism until he's ready for the follow-up.
That's true. Very true.
I love this meme template people are using now, where they take the image of Trump crafting with like whoever the fuck that is, I don't even know. But that's how he does his tweets in real time.
Mm-hmm.
That meme template, I saw a really good one. It was like post the wife jack and then type in exactly what you just said.
Oh, are you talking about Riley Gaines?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you got that picture of Trump and it's all like post the wife jack and then type everything you just said.
I did see that one. Man, if fucking Donald Trump started posting wife jack memes on his personal X account, that would be the ultimate sign of being back.
Levels of back never even dreamed possible when Donald Trump posts the wife jack to make fun of Melania.
What if Melania goes
We'd be like,
she could dress up for Halloween as the wife jack.
oh my god, that'd be amazing. You just sit there and you're like, holy shit, even the first lady, even top 1% of the top 1% of women on the planet are also the wife jack. Levels of back never dreamed possible. I'd love to see it.
Let's push through.
That was well done.
Does the wife jack prove that all women are the same? The fact that that meme works?
Yes, it does. And what's even more is that now the male experience is very similar, but men have a lot more differences in who they are than women do.
Mm-hmm.
However, we're able to find unity and brotherhood through the wife jack because it shows how every single woman is the same, which therefore makes the male experience the same. That even if we are different and we come from different backgrounds and have so many different things about us, we go through the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a unifying moment. You love to see it. What?
Eh.
Amazing. Great
Oh
job,
my
there.
god. Oh man. That's funny. Anyway,
Yeah. Don't know where that one came
this
from.
right. This tweet. Oh man, the tweet is much less funny, but it's still amusing. But check the date posted on that one.
Now,
Mhm. Oh, yeah, I saw this one. They are phenomenally short-sighted.
Yeah, it was the fucking day after Biden's quote-unquote inauguration. He's all like, it just completely worked with no visible downside whatsoever. Really?
That's like
We're a
something
couple of
that you'd
months.
see in a Marvel movie or something.
Exactly. We're a couple of months away from the income tax being abolished because of this shit. That was not even remotely close to Trump's platform before this shit happened. It is him losing that enabled this into coming into being.
I did not have a perfect election map, Austin. I guarantee you I did not have New Jersey within 6.
Ah, nice work.
I definitely had New Jersey by more than 10, so there's no way my election map was perfect. Maybe I got every state red-blue correct, but...
The only people who can even remotely be considered to have thought that the blowout would be this intense are the people who predicted a Reagan-level blowout, which of course we were never going to see. But, you know, it is almost more impressive that New York was closer than Texas. That New Jersey was within 6. It's almost more impressive that we managed to do that
We need to
than what Reagan had managed to do way back when, because this is with things being the way that they are now that we managed to do that. Because it showed that, you know, while demographics right now make 49-1 impossible, it was the roadmap that shows us, holy crap,
weak against this. Do it again.
we're on the right track. You know, this is something that is conceivable again.
Take a level. Yep.
Looks like we're out of their sights.
what now?
That is true. A lot of states have signed that agreement that they will only give their electoral votes to the winner of the popular vote. That is very true, Austin. That'd be an all-timer if some state like Colorado actually gave their electoral votes to Trump because of that.
Trump's team is considering deporting illegals to Rwanda. People making memes that the guy responsible for the genocide in Rwanda is happy to receive them. Don't worry, we'll fix the problem for you. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's too good. Happened. Total fabrication.
So, give me your honest prediction right now, Snacks. Will there be a left-wing January 6th equivalent on January 6th next year?
From people, I do not believe so. However, I would not at all be surprised if the Democrats tried some we refuse to certify shit. But, I don't think the Democrats have the money to pay people to protest.
Maybe. I could see that.
And they're gonna be way too scared to show up of their own volition because of what happened last time.
Yeah. If you get caught protesting the election result in the Capitol on January 6th, you go into the crystals.
Yes. If you're lucky, Blunder's open for business.
We made short work of them.
I have seen, and I gotta be honest. First I'll say what it is. The left-wing mentality that I've seen on X, again, mostly from just random idiots on X who are probably just engagement farming. The mentality is more, he cheated, but there's nothing we can do about it. Whereas 4 years ago, the attitude was, he cheated and we're going to do something about it. Which, I gotta be honest, makes more sense to me than, he cheated, but we're just gonna let it happen.
Right.
You know, I mean, honestly, like, you can say that one is more destructive than the other, but I also think it's probably more logical, right?
Yep.
Right. Oh man, this is pretty funny. This is a tweet from the Daily Mail. Gladiator 2 critics declare Denzel Washington steals the entire picture thanks to his pure camp line delivery as sly macroness, while the sequel is hailed as watchable.
Damned by faint praise, I think is the phrase we're looking for here.
There they go.
This is supposed to be a review that is talking about how amazing this movie is. Declares it watchable.
Impressive. Your training
Wow.
has paid off.
You know, my issue with that is, was there anything in the original Gladiator that was camp? Was there anything in that movie at all that was, like, meant to not be taken seriously at all times?
Yes. Do you remember the very first Gladiator battle thing that they had going on where the guys were chained to each other?
Yeah.
The really big tough guy was chained to like this really weird wimpy guy, and he just used that guy as a human shield.
I could count on you.
That's the only thing I can think of.
hmm
I knew I could count on you.
Like, why do you need to put that in something like a sequel to a movie that came out 24 years ago? I could see it working in some context, but goddamn.
post that talks about the History Channel, and it's all like the History Channel's programming. It's like bullshit nonsense about aliens, bullshit nonsense about like the Mayans being some futuristic society, bullshit nonsense about all this other crazy crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the last 3 hours of programming was bullshit nonsense, here comes here comes something about the Holocaust. And then the guys are like, honestly, I'm surprised I didn't catch it sooner. You'll love to see it.
That's right. The United States tax code and regulations are over 10 million words in length. They were under 1.5 million in 1955.
Good grief.
Okay. Oh, that's fucking funny. Okay, I'm gonna send you this video clip. This is hilarious.
Oh no. Oh no. He's out of bounds.
And he thinks he's inbounds because the paint is exactly the same.
Why on earth would they do such a thing? And that's the home team that got confused too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Get ready to learn indeed, buddy.
How's everyone?
Wait, what's the flag for?
That should do it.
Probably because he went out of bounds and was the first person to touch it. Now, obviously, it'll just be treated as an incomplete pass, but...
Alright, I didn't know that catching out of bounds was a flag.
You could do it.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
They'll need more than this.
God, that's not the same game.
Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Move. Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs.
If we run, we live.
I cannot.
What now?
I thought you said the police were helpless. To help you, not to hurt you.
Exactly. Man, something about this movie is just so special. 'Cause since I mentioned it, I wanted to go back and watch this clip again.
Mm-hmm.
And Maximus is, he's just standing in line like everybody else, and the guy right in front of him is literally pissing himself, and Maximus looks at that. In so many different movies, because Maximus is the hero, he'd put his hand on the guy's shoulder and say something like, "Courage, friend." Instead, Maximus just takes a step backward. Oh man, that's based. You love to see it.
Oh yeah, so dude, the fucking guy who was speaking at the Michigan assembly or whatever about gun violence, the clip I showed you last night. So apparently, when he fills out the form before he goes up to give his speech, he said on the slip of paper that he's a groiper.
Oh my.
And he posted on the thread of the initial tweet that had the video clip where he said the N-word. And he's like, yeah, guys, I didn't vote for Trump. And he showed a picture of his ballot, and he had written in Douglas Mackey.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So he's like, yeah, I'm not even a Trump voter. Dummies. Aged 13 to 34 subs.
That was so good.
I can't believe he actually said sub-Saharan. Like, what the hell?
That's so based.
Fallen. We are safe for the time.
Unfathomably based.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive.
Hey, great job.
Very impressive.
That was well done.
Come on. Nice. I feel stronger already.
Let's keep moving.
Push through.
I knew I could count on you.
How's that?
Impressive as ever.
Hey, good one.
You may have already seen this one since it's from one of your favorite accounts, but
Yeah, man, fucking exactly. Like, I don't understand. How do they think that Trump is more relatable than Tim Walz? And it's all like, you.
There they go.
Oh, God. Well, like you said, you know, the one who's not pretending to be something that he
Yeah.
isn't. But more than that, it's like, okay, here's something that is actually relatable. Tim Walz claims to have been a high school football coach, but we can't meet anybody who recollects any of that. It just says so on the records, but records can easily be doctored. Then he says some retarded shit while he's playing Madden.
What now?
We're gonna run a mean pick six. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? But then there's footage of Donald Trump at a Bills game throwing the football and winning the fucking, the special throw the thing through the hole 10 yards away or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And he did that shit. It's felt like it's way more relatable. Look at the fucking form on that throw. It doesn't matter that the guy's a super gazillionaire who's plowed like hundreds of supermodels throughout his life. I don't care that I can never relate to that. The dude, like... The reason people love Donald Trump so much is because if we were that rich, he lives the life we would live.
Yeah.
He is the guy we would be if we were that rich.
Hey, good one.
And MSNBC actually said that the week that he initially declared he was running in 2016. Why is he popular? Because a lot of like working class people say, if I had $1 billion, that's how I'd live. They described it as kind of like this very, gaudy and flashy, over-the-top way of living that they thought was uncouth, but is desirable to a lot of people.
Let's push through. Impressive as ever. You feel my power grow. Very impressive as ever.
I wonder what the Venn diagram of people who think the Butler shooting was staged and the people who think the election was rigged looks like.
Just a singular circle.
Mm-hmm.
In one Discord server that I'm in, which is mostly filled with just normals,
Yeah.
one guy was talking mad shit for a very long time about how Trump was going to lose. He literally hasn't even been online since the election.
Well, yeah, I mean, him and Rob Reiner have something in common then, because Rob Reiner hasn't tweeted since the election.
Yep. And I'm all like, look at that little bitch.
He's probably trying to flee the country. The wall isn't built to keep others out. It's built to keep us in.
Yep.
Exactly.
New Foxford.
If it's the kidney one, I'd already seen it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
That caught me by surprise. I knew there was going to be a punchline, but...
Oh yeah, I saw in the comments somebody posted the Elizabeth Warren. Remember when she was streaming from her kitchen, and there's all the fucking incredibly racist little fucking figurines on top of her cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Another thing about the Maori is that they eat people. Yes, that's true.
Great find. Keep it.
Very impressive. All right. How's that?
You can do it.
exemplary.
Let's push through.
Very impressive.
Apparently, CNN ratings have hit a 24-year low this week. So,
Anna Kasparian officially left the Democratic Party yesterday.
oh yeah,
She announced on her show last night. She's going to stay on the Young Turks because it apparently has a very large conservative viewership.
hmm
But she estimates it'll be something along the lines of Hannity and Combs kind of deal.
yeah,
You know, she's Hannity.
yeah. I mean, I would say she's not a right winger. I don't think we can look at her like
Yeah.
that. She is somebody who had to experience the negative repercussions of what she wanted and realized what she wanted was stupid in that one particular area, but I don't think that means she's come over in all areas.
Right. Wait a minute, what? Oh my god. A New York City councilwoman bit a cop during her being arrested. She's a councilwoman.
Hmm.
She was leading a protest at a homeless shelter, and cops were arresting her along with other protesters, and she bit them.
No. An animal.
What now?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Councilwoman Susan Zhuang, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that Chinese name, Zhuang, no fucking clue, was arrested on a slew of charges, including second-degree and third-degree assault and resisting arrest Wednesday morning. This was July 17th of this year.
Yeah.
At a demonstration with residents against homeless shelters in Bensonhurst, police confirmed. Zhuang, 38, allegedly tried to prevent officers from arresting another woman at the protest, grabbing and pushing police barricades into cops, then bit Deputy Chief of Patrol Borough Brooklyn South Frank DeGiacomo on the arm when he attempted to pull the councilwoman away from the barriers, law enforcement sources said. Police confirmed on the phone to the Post that multiple officers were assaulted in the Wednesday morning demonstration and that several other demonstrators were also taken into custody. Footage of her arrest shows the lawmaker cable-tied to a barricade while screaming incoherently as police attempt to take her into custody.
Now, where was I?
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty damn bad. The bite was so intense that it actually broke the officer's skin. The left arm was stained with teeth marks and broken skin, according to a photo in the criminal complaint. Officer was treated with an antiviral cocktail and given a tetanus shot.
Huh.
Damn, she really got him good. You want to see the bite?
No, I'll look at it later. I'm not going to be able to look at it right this second.
Yeah.
JS, I don't think he said that Kamala's unqualified. I think he just said that she's a bad candidate, which she is. But I don't think Nate Silver has ever said Kamala was unqualified.
Anyway, the reason that I'm reading about all this is because this fucking complete lunatic actually started a GoFundMe kind of a deal to make donations for her legal defense. And in another picture that I just DM'd you, the really bad thing is that it is covered in Chinese lettering all over the website. She's accepting foreign money from China to raise her legal defense because she bit an American cop. That's no bueno. That is not going to end well. She's a fucking city councilwoman in New York City, and she does that shit. Imagine still being a cop in New York and seeing, like, literally even the city council fucking literally trying to take a bite out of you.
I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Jesus, man. What a lunatic.
I see. A new means of protection.
Here's a tweet I think you're gonna like.
The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight peaked at 65 million concurrent viewers. So, if you're right, that's the first time in a very long time they've had to deal with that traffic by 65 times. Maybe closer to 100 times.
Yeah, and that's exactly why their servers were just devastatingly overtaxed, and they weren't able to handle it. You know what the really funny thing is that generally boxing is broadcast on HBO. It has been for many years. They would have been able to reach more people by streaming it on Max. They would have made more money, and people would have actually been able to watch it. Max, rebranded as just plain old Max, is now the largest streaming service in terms of people who actually use it in the world now.
Yeah, they have the best stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, Hulu's kind of getting there.
What now?
Because Hulu has massively increased the amount of different stuff that they have on their platform that you can't get from Max. But what's helping Max out is that they're doing partnerships where if you're subscribed to something else, you get Max for free. An example is if you're subscribed to the DoorDash thing, like DoorDash Plus or whatever the fuck it is, I don't even know. Just to be able to have the free delivery on your food, that there's no more delivery fee with DoorDash. Subscribing to that, you automatically get HBO Max too.
Right. I think that's how we get it, through Comcast or Xfinity.
If you have a subscription to HBO on your cable, you automatically have Max. Because HBO Max, when it initially started out, was just the opportunity for you to watch HBO stuff on your computer. COVID really changed things because then it made it so that HBO Max got picked to do a bunch of movie releases because they couldn't do it in theaters because of COVID.
Right.
And when they had a shitload of people watching the stuff, because they're like, oh wow, wouldn't you know it? When people can watch things from inside the comfort of their own home, you know, we get more people watching this than actually go to the movies now. So then they started being like, hey, we could replace Netflix by doing this, and the rest is history.
Impressive. Your Your training has paid off.
They got a very competitive business model.
Push through.
You gotta hand it to them.
All right. How's that?
Impressive. Your training has paid off.
It's crazy because Max has a lot of anime movies, but Hulu has the shows. This is their partnership with Crunchyroll.
You could do it.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that.
So if you want to watch anime shows, Hulu's a great source. Like me right now, I'm watching, because they have every Digimon ever on Hulu. So I'm just watching that. And that's why, is that they put that on there. But, the movies, that's on Max.
Count on
Right.
you.
Plus, Max has the partnership with DC, so all the DC animated universe stuff that's really popular and has been for 30 fucking years now, it's all on Max.
There they go.
Dad?
Your training has paid off.
Did RFK Jr. ever go on Rogan?
Oh, right, we did it.
Dad?
Impressive as ever.
He must have, right? At some point, RFK must have been on JRE.
For a while.
Or RFK must have been on JRE.
Impressive as ever.
Come on.
Hey, good one.
All right. How's that?
Amazing. Great moves back there.
Still.
Okay, yeah. Okay, he was.
He's definitely the kind of guy Joe would want to have on a show, but I mean, it's RFK, man, come on.
I know that's a tough sell, but Rogan would be okay with it.
Exactly.
Come on.
He's not gonna hate on him. It's not his fault.
I mean, I still think that RFK has some heinous beliefs,
That'll do it.
but if he's head of the health services, he can't touch the parts of government where those beliefs would come into conflict with mine. Like, he is extremely pro-choice,
Yeah.
and he also supports reparations, but he has no power over those things in
Exactly.
the head of the HHS.
And after 4 years of being submerged in the Trump administration, things could really change.
hmm I mean, I think it's a very fair question to wonder, why is it that the McDonald's in, like, the UK or Australia are so much healthier than the McDonald's in America? Like, that's very weird that we've allowed that to happen. For no reason. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions about that.
They see us.
And fucking the NBA is already like, oh yeah, we blew the call at the end of that Milwaukee Charlotte game. And it's like, why do you even fucking do this? Why say that you got it wrong if you're not going to also say, so we'll just replay the last few seconds of that game? 7 seconds left in the game, Charlotte's down by 1, you call a phantom foul and give LaMelo 2 free throws. Reset the score, and it's Milwaukee ball with 7 seconds left. So unless they inbound it to somebody and it either gets stolen, or they inbound it to a guy who chokes and bricks all the free throws, don't fucking say we made the wrong call, we're sorry. I hate that so much. They should never do that.
What now?
It's very performative. Oh. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. Looks like I'm gonna be stepping away, guys. I'll see you guys later tonight. After I gotta go take care
Ooh.
of dinner, so I will be seeing you guys later.